Yeah, it's really tough, and I think, a lot of the time people don't know if their friends or family are struggling, so for me it's just always checking in. Every now and then, just a little check-in, hey, how are you doing? Just want to see how you're getting on.
Today we're joined by Fran Kirby. On this week's theme of community for Mental Health Awareness Week, how important are your teammates, friends and family in supporting you?
Yeah, really important. I think, when you're in such an intense environment, a lot of the times you need people who are going to be there, who are going to help and support you, and it's not always going to be highs all the time, so you have to be able to look after each other and push each other. And also for me, I really like to take a step away and when I'm going through something, speak to my family about it, who aren't in the environment, who I'm not there all the time, so they can give me a different perspective as well and give me support that way. So they're really, really important.
How important is it to have that just off the pitch, more than on the pitch?
I think, for us, football is our lives. It consumes us all the time, so having people away from it who are not involved in it, who can give you more of a life advice rather than a football advice is really important, and that helps me a lot.
Can you share a time when a teammate or a friend really helped you when you were facing a challenge either on or off the pitch?
Football is such an emotional sport, it's such an emotional game. One minute you're on top of the world and the next you're not, and whether that's with injury, illness, and had a couple of teammates when I was going through my illness who really, really helped me and supported me and didn't give up on me. Even in moments where I was like, I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to talk to anyone, they were there and they supported me and they waited for me as well when I was going through that tough time. So yeah, there's been some amazing people throughout my career who I've really leaned on and gained a lot of advice from.
How do you switch off and take care of your mental health? Do you have any tips?
I have a tip for people who walk dogs, because I have a dog, and when I come home from training and he's there and you just forget everything, really. My dog doesn't care what I do for a job. He doesn't care if I've just scored a goal. He doesn't care if I've just missed a penalty and we've lost. He just loves me, and for me it's just really nice to be able to take him out and go for a walk and clear my head. But I like to walk anyway, whether it's with him or without him. I like to go for a walk and just clear my head and be outside, be in fresh air and just kind of see it from a different perspective.
Do you have any other hobbies or activities outside of football to help you relax apart from taking the dog for a walk maybe?
I like to watch TV, I like to relax, watch TV. I like cooking, so I like.
What's your favourite thing to cook?
Oh, that's a good question. I do make a spicy chorizo creamy pasta thing, which is quite nice. So I'd probably go with that, only because you have to have a lot of pasta playing football, so I would say that. But then also I do like to do a bit of gaming as well, so I go online and I game with a couple of friends, people who don't play football, which is really nice as well, so I can just kind of get in a different mindset.
Who do you turn for support outside of football and your teammates when you need help and advice?
I would say my aunties and uncle. My uncle knows a little bit about football, but my aunties know absolutely nothing about football, so it's nice to reach out to them because they think I'm incredible, regardless on how I play. I could be like, oh, I was rubbish today, and they were like, no, you were fantastic. They're like ultra hype women, so I'd probably say them because they make me feel good, and when I'm feeling low and I need something to laugh about, I know if I send a message in the group chat that there'll be something coming back that's going to make me laugh, so I'd probably say them.
How do you deal with self-doubt and try to maintain self-confidence?
Yeah, it's really tough. It's not easy, and for me as someone that I thrive when I have confidence and I thrive when I'm happy, and I think for me it's just constant reminders of yourself and what are your principles, what are your values, and for me as long as I'm maintaining my values, who I am as a person, then I'm going to have that confidence. And for me I try not to allow my football impact my confidence, but I think in football if I'm struggling I'll watch some highlights of myself, watch some clips of me scoring goals. I like to mentalise things as well, so yeah, I think it's a mixture of everything, but I just first and foremost look at myself as a person before anything.
People don't always feel comfortable talking about their feelings. How can young people support each other to open up?
Yeah, it's really tough, and I think a lot of the time people don't know if their friends or family are struggling, so for me it's just always checking in. Every now and then, just a little check-in, hey, how are you doing? Just want to see how you're getting on, because I feel when you make it more of a conversation or you make it more of just like an informal check-in, you probably get it out a bit more than you would if you're just, are you okay? Are you okay? Because then that's when people kind of, oh, do I act like I'm not okay? Okay, I need to be stronger now, I need to be, and a lot of people shy away from it. So I think it's just little check-ins here and there, and then you can kind of grow into that conversation. And also when things are going right for someone, check in. How's it going? You're smashing it at the moment. Make them feel good about themselves. And like you said, you normally talk to people when they're going through something and then it seems negative. But for me, I really value when my friends are doing well. If my friend who scores a goal and she's, doing well, I'll send her a message. Hey, how you doing? Saw you scored. That's amazing. So I think that's also a really positive side of mental health that you can impact.
Who in your life has been the biggest influence on your mental resilience, and what have they taught you?
I honestly think I would probably have to say myself. And that sounds probably really strange, but I think you're the only one that can learn from your experiences, and I think you're the only one who knows how you feel. Obviously you have your support system around you, but going through so many things I think has taught me how to be resilient and how to handle things and how not to handle things as well, whether it's things that you need to take time to digest, or you can, try and move on quicker from. So yeah, I'd probably say myself and how I've learned from different things that have happened.
How does your community support your mental health?
My whole community, whether that's friends, family, teammates, coaches, everyone plays a part in how you look after someone and how they look after me. So they're massively important in my mental health and how I deal with things, and everyone always needs a community around them to make them feel that way. It's not just going to be one person who's able to pick you up every single time. You need, dribs and drabs from other people to kind of get you through them times.
People often are part of communities from school, football and friends and family. What does a positive community look like to you?
People who want you to win, people who are striving for you to do well, people who are not trying to put you down, people who are constantly checking in on you, people who are happy for you when things are going well, but also there for you when things aren't going well. And you learn that, I think, as you get older, when your phone blows up when you score a goal, but your phone doesn't blow up if you miss a chance. And I think the ones that message me when it's not going well are the ones who I value and who I want to keep along the ride with me. It's not just the ones who are there when everything's going great. So yeah, I would say that would be my biggest learning with it.